Hey everyone, it's Chris. First off, be sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm going to take a look at the 6 former Miami Hurricanes running backs included in the popular classic Tecmo Super Bowl for the NES. First up, let's take a look at Otis Anderson. He's really good in the game. I'd like to take a season and see if I could lead one of these guys to a rushing title. I think Otis would be pretty easy to do that with. The Giants are one of the best teams in the game. He's got good speed. You can see here making these runs. I think everyone remembers this game if you're from this era and stuff. So, but hey, I'm curious, who is your favorite NFL team? I'm curious, which is your team? It's not always the Dolphins. I know a lot of Miami fans, but maybe you have another team or from a different area, different reasons. So, yeah, but Otis was really good. He was the school's leading rusher for a while until Duke Johnson beat that, the all-time rusher. Otis, as you see in this game, he had a huge NFL career, over 10,000 yards. Super Bowl MVP. Like I said, I want to take one of these guys and see if I can lead him to the rushing title and play out a season for you guys. Let me know who you think I should pick. Like I said, I think Otis would be really easy to do that with, but if that's what you'd like me to try and see if I can beat some of these guys, the other top ones, Bo Jackson, Barry Sanders, Thurman Thomas, were all really good in the game. So, yeah, that was pretty good. Now let's look at Alonzo Highsmith. He's a backup on the game behind Emmitt Smith. Alonzo's a guy that I know a lot of Miami fans are still keep up with, and a lot of his name obviously circulated really heavily in the offseason if he was going to join the Miami staff. But Alonzo's fun to play with. He was actually a little bit better than I expected. The offensive line for the Cowboys is good, and obviously if I pick the Cowboys, I could, play Daniel Stubbs on defense, another former Miami guy, and obviously Michael Irvin could do some stuff there. But yeah, he's another one. I think I could have a good season with Alonzo. He didn't have a huge NFL career, so maybe that'd be kind of fun to take someone like that didn't have the stardom, but we can make them into stars here. And I think it was great how everybody supported the last video. This kind of new feature on InsideTheU.com and things I want to keep doing and just trying to be creative. And obviously I read all the comments, which was great. And we'll keep that NCAA series going. We've got some other things planned for you, but yeah, here we go. Cleveland Gary. He's the guy that was a first-round pick out of Miami after he transferred from Georgia. I really like the playbook of the Rams, with the runs going down and up. You guys that played this, you remember the playbook is such a key factor. But Cleveland Gary, he's actually a pretty good player in the game. Had a couple good NFL seasons for the Rams, short career, but had a couple good years, over 1,000 yards. Had a big touchdown season too. But I think I could do something with Cleveland as well. And I think a lot of these guys, and looking at their ratings and playing these preseason games, everyone's at the average rating. But as the season goes on, you can get them up to good and excellent, and then they become really good. So I'm curious. I think the Rams would be a little bit more challenging, but they've got a few good players. Jim Everett, Henry Ellard would be pretty good, but Cleveland Gary. So Melvin Bratton, I know he's a huge, he's not very good in the game, to be honest with you, but he's huge in Miami fans. I know you guys really like Melvin. I really struggled to get him going though in this game. I was really hoping to have a good game here, and I had to throw him the ball a couple times, and I had a terrible playbook set up, just runs up the middle. I needed to figure that out. So if I do a season, I definitely want to try to mix up that playbook for him. But yeah, Melvin is obviously on that championship team, is in the Miami Hall of Fame with all those touchdowns, tied for third most in history at UM. NFL career just he was injured there in that last game while at Miami, and just never really recovered. Only lasted a couple seasons here with the Broncos, but maybe he'd be fun to play with and give him that recognition. And I know this would be a challenge to play with him and try to get him that title, that rushing title. So, and just kind of curious what you guys think, if you think I should do that, and we could just leave it like this. But I really like the idea of maybe taking a season and playing it out with this team here. So we got the Colts with Albert Bentley. Bentley's a guy that came before most of these backs, right after Otis Anderson there. And Bentley had a good career after getting drafted in the supplemental round. Solid player. In the game, the Colts aren't very good, but so that'd make it challenging to see, not just, win the rushing title, but can I lead one of these teams to a championship? and the Colts would certainly be a little bit more difficult than the other teams. Just not a great Colts team here, but yeah, look at Albert taking it up and down. You guys remember the diagonal runs? Just sneaking in there. Yeah, but Albert was the guy that, another one of those running backs. A lot of these running backs don't have the recognition maybe currently with a lot of fans, just because it's been quite a while since they last played. All these guys played in the 80s, except for Otis, who's there in the late 70s. But yeah, so maybe you'd get to see maybe a little bit of these guys you haven't really seen much, and certainly they haven't been in a lot of video games. But yeah, Albert's a guy I think I could have a solid season with him. Nice little juke move up there. Yeah, tightrope in the sideline. So Warren Williams. So he's, not many people remember him at UM. You don't hear much about him. And then in the NFL, he was just okay. But man, when I was able to really get loose with him in this game, I don't know if I was just having a good game or the Steelers' offensive line was really good. But with Ward, I was able to make some moves here. Look at that little juke move here, going up the middle. Yeah, so Warren would be fun. Again, I think the Steelers have a good team, so it'd be easy to do well with. And Warren's only 38th amongst the best running backs. Man, I probably should have kept that one going. So, but yeah, here we go. Look at this, Warren Williams trying to beat Bo Jackson. I was trying. He just doesn't have the attributes, but I was trying to get it going. Oh man. But yeah, I try to finish one off with Warren. But yeah, Warren surprised me, so maybe he'd be a good one. Look at that spin move, right? A little different than nowadays with the games on Madden, hitting that circle button. But yeah, that's Warren Williams. So yeah, it was a lot of fun doing this. And again, curious what you guys think. Be sure to comment. And I should have scored there. But yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, follow InsideTheU.com. Plenty of content and information. You can follow me on Twitter at InsideTheU. And also follow the InsideTheU Facebook page as well. Thanks for watching.